coming back to you over here at the Horror File. I'm doing another, today I'm doing another installment of my Disturbing Movies series. This is going to be an interesting one. Where I'm getting these ideas for these disturbing movies, I've watched a lot of what can be considered disturbing movies, but there are some out there that are, more disturbing than others, horror-wise. The one I'm actually gonna talk about today has about 3 different names. It's actually a really old, shot-on-video movie, and it's actually very, very out of print. Like, you cannot find this movie anywhere. The only reason I have a copy, and I hate to admit it, is because it is a bootleg copy. It is a very well-made bootleg copy. I got it from twistedanger.com. But this is really the only way you can get it. It's almost impossible to even find this movie on the internet to download. But this movie is Psycho the Snuff Reels, a.k.a. Niku Daruma, a.k.a. Tumbling Doll of Flesh. This movie has like 3 different names, but it mainly goes off of Psycho the Snuff Reels. This movie is a pseudo-snuff movie. It looks very realistic because it's shot on video, meaning that it looks like a handheld VCR camcorder taped this. It is very, very disturbing to watch in a way because it has a lot going for it, disturbing wise. There's not any plot in this movie. I don't even think this movie, maybe this did, I haven't watched this probably I watched it when I first got it, probably a couple months ago. I haven't watched it since. There's really no reason to rewatch it, but I don't even think this movie actually has subtitles. I think it's all Japanese, no subtitles. I mean, you don't really care what they're talking about either way. But to sum up the movie, from what I gathered and from what the back of this DVD talks about, is half the movie is a porno. This movie is only 60 minutes. It's an hour long. It was shot in 1998. It was made in 1998. Hour long, 30 minutes. First 30 minutes of the movie, it's a complete porno. It's just 2 guys and a girl having sex. They're kind of like switching off and on, and then there's a cameraman taping all of it. Just general porno. It doesn't really show a whole lot, but it is pretty graphic. And then the second half of the movie is a snuff movie, or what is pseudo snuff, which is fake snuff movie. Basically, the guys have a bigger plan in mind other than just to shoot this porno. The girl's about to leave after everything's said and done, and they bash her in the head and they tie her down to a bed. At that point, there's no dialogue. It's just shows these scenes. It really reminds me of Flowers of Flesh and Blood, if you guys have ever seen the Guinea Pig series. Flower and Flesh and Blood looks pretty much exactly like this movie. It's pretty much the exact same concept. It's almost like this movie ripped it off because that came out in the 80s. This came out in 1998. I think it was either inspired by Guinea Pig or they just wanted to film a pseudo-snuff movie, and that's pretty much all they can come up with. But pretty much, they tie her to the bed. A lot of jacked up stuff happens at this point. I mean, I could see somebody around the time frame of this movie coming out really thinking that this was a true snuff movie because it really looks like one. I mean, it's pretty on point with what a snuff movie would be considered. Basically have sex with a woman and kill her, or a person and kill them. Couple of different things. I'll kind of read these off the back. They tie her up and proceed to whip and humiliate her using candle wax, enemas, etc. Afterwards, the girl gets sick of the mistreatment and tries to leave. While she puts on her shoes to leave, a guy bashes her skull in and drags her to the bed where she is tied down. The star of the video starts having sex with her while a second guy saws her leg into pieces. When she finally regains consciousness, she starts screaming in agony and her tongue is viciously sliced off with a straight razor. Yeah, that's the straight razor scene with the tongue is pretty graphic. It looks really real. Like, they did a very good job with the special effects of this movie, even though this is super low budget. I mean, you can even see on the cover here, that's her laying on the bed there, basically. Super low budget, but very good, decent special effects. I mean, they're not very good, but they're very believable. There's a scene with a potato peeler where they're like sawing into her tongue. It's pretty gross. And then it says her arm is then chopped off, and if it isn't enough, her stomach is sliced open, and the guy starts having sex with her intestines, all in up close and gory detail. Yes, so there's no spoilers for this movie. it sounds a lot worse than it really is. I mean, I've seen everything in the world. The only bad part about this movie is it's shot on video, very well shot on video for what they're trying to accomplish, and it looks pretty realistic. There's a scene at the end where they slice open her stomach and the guy starts having sex with her intestines, and that sounds like it's pretty bad, but it doesn't even look. You could tell, but it doesn't really look that horrible. Give this movie a 0. I mean, I literally never will rewatch this movie. It says on the front, collector's mentally unstable edition. That makes a lot of sense. I'll never revisit this movie. The only reason I even bought this movie is because I was really curious. I saw a lot of people that were talking about disturbing movies online when I was researching this, doing this series, and this was one of the ones that a lot of them watch. It's basically just your typical pseudo snuff movie in the vein of like Guinea Pig or Last House on Dead End Street or something like that. I mean, if you want to check it out, really the only place you're going to ever find this, I don't even think all the copies of this on eBay are bootleg as well. Not that it really matters. I mean, I don't think that they were accomplishing anything with this movie. I don't think this movie they were trying to make any money. I don't think I think they were just doing this for shock value, to be honest with you, just to put it out there and say they did it. But yeah, you can go to twistedanger.com and you can get this. I think I paid like $10 for this. I mean, it's pretty well. I mean, you got the front, and then I'll show the back. I don't know if there's some stuff on here. It looks like it's all blurred for the most part. I don't know if you can see. There's a glare, but yeah, I mean, there's a butt on there, but it doesn't really matter. And I mean, the DVD it's a DVD-R. I mean, it's got artwork on it. It says Psycho the Snuff Reels, Twisted Anger, and it is DVD-R, obviously. But, you know, it's the only place you can get it, so if you want to see it, that's pretty much where you're going to have to get it from. Like I said, 0 out of 10. Disturbing factor, I put it up there probably about 7 out of 10. It is quite, you know, disturbing for what is going on in the movie. It's definitely not a walk in the park. Pretty much if you were going to buy this and sit down and watch it, just be prepared to just watch sex, a porno, and a girl getting mutilated, pretty much. That's all it is. There's no storyline. Like I said, I don't even think there's any dialogue, and then I don't even think they have English subtitles for this, if I remember right. But yeah, let me know what you think about this review. Like I said, Psycho the Snuff Reels, a.k.a. Naku Daruma, a.k.a. Tumbling Doll of Flesh it goes off of. It's called Tumbling Doll of Flesh as well. 3 different names for it, but this version says Psycho the Snuff Reels. Let me know what you think. Like this video, subscribe. Let me know if there's any disturbing movies you want me to watch. I got a couple lined up that I really want to do. You know, there's a couple on my radar. A couple that I've already actually watched that I'd like to review. So just let me know. And yeah, till next time, peace. See ya.